Hello and welcome to another IELTS speaking practice. Today I have 3 classes that are doing speaking at the same time. Okay, so this is my class, the class that I have taught for so long. This is class IELTS 36. The class that I have taught for so long. They have been together with me for like, I think, 11 months. Các bạn lớp mình học với mình được 11 tháng rồi đó, I think. So, let's go to part 1 IELTS. Topic number 23, shall we? 23. 23. Okay, barbecues. You know what barbecue is, right? Barbecue means like frying meat in the garden and inviting a lot of people in to join, you know. Mời bạn bè đến tham gia chung, xong rồi nướng thịt ở trong vườn. Frying meat in the garden, and then that's called barbecue, and then you invite people to join you. That's barbecue. Now, so Miss Kim In, please. How often do you have a barbecue?
I sometimes have a barbecue with my friend.
Friends?
Yes, because I not usually gather with my friend or go out to go ăn ngoài là cái gì vậy?
Ăn ngoài, to eat out.
To eat out.
To
yes.
eat out. Đi ăn ngoài. So I rarely eat out. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I rarely eat out.
Eat out. I rarely eat out.
I rarely eat out. Eat out.
Okay, so I don't often have a barbecue, right? Barbecue can also mean like you invite people to your home, you know, and have a barbecue in your garden, you know. Okay. Yeah. Now, Miss One, please, how about you? How often do you have a barbecue?
Well, since I moved to the new house that we have a small garden, we often arrange the barbecue, but since I have read the article that the barbecue is not good for health.
Of course, it's not good because grill meat. Thịt nướng, grilled meat is not exactly good for health.
And the grilled meat can change the genes in our body.
It basically it increase the level of it increases the level of cancer causing chemical in the body. Nói thẳng ra là những hóa chất gây ra ung thư, cancer causing chemicals in the body increases the level.
So even we enjoy the barbecue time, but we try to avoid it. So anyway, now we don't usually arrange barbecue anymore.
You usually arrange barbecue anymore. Okay, maybe it's a good thing that you don't usually arrange anymore. Maybe. And also barbecue, basically, it creates a lot of noise, you know. Tạo rất là nhiều tiếng ồn. Barbecue basically create a lot of noise because people talk and people play games, you know, and people scream and people laugh a lot. So it might create a lot of noise which might annoy the neighbors, you know. Nó có thể nó gây ra ồn và nó làm phiền những người hàng xóm, you know. Okay, Miss Tuna, please. Would you prefer to have a barbecue with your family or your friends? And why? Yes.
Em vẫn bị kiểu hậu cảm cúm.
you still have your flute?
I prefer have a barbecue with my family because I am we often have a barbecue when at the a New Year because at that time my parents have free time to enjoy with the party. And I have a chance to take care my
Take care of
my parents.
Take care of my parents.
Yes, and so I prefer to have a barbecue with my family.
Ah, you prefer to have a barbecue with your family. I see. Now, so Miss Thảo, please. So, did you have barbecues when you were a child? A child. Ngày xưa khi còn là vú bé thì em có từng ăn barbecue chưa? Từng có ăn barbecue chưa?
I think I didn't have any barbecues when I was a little child. As I remember, when I was a little child, I didn't try any barbecues. I think that's the I live in the common family, and we does stay at home and enjoy.
We did stay at home, and
Oh yes, we did stay at home, and it's rarely we
it's
went
rare. It's rare that we
went to the restaurant on. I think it's never have a. I didn't try any barbecue before.
I didn't try any barbecue before. I see. That's a good answer. Cái câu trả lời nó đi vòng vậy. Nó vẫn là một câu trả lời. Question, basically for some question, if you answer it in a way that you beat around the bush. Beat around the bush like that. Đi vòng vòng. Không đi vào vấn đề chính. If you beat around the bush like that, it's also a way to answer, you know. Nó cũng là một cách để trả lời chứ, đương nhiên. Nhưng mà nó kéo dài nó được. But basically, it prolongs, it makes the question and the answer. It makes the answer longer. Good. So, Miss Thảo, do people in your country like to have barbecues? Do people in Vietnam like to have barbecues?
Sure, I think most of people.
Most of the people. Most of the
people in my countries, they have at least one time to eat a barbecue. I think so, and I think barbecue is not too expensive, and some people can enjoy it anytime with family or friends, and I think most of the people in my countries like have a barbecue because there are a lot of options.
Of course, there are a lot of options to choose from, isn't it?
To choose like a lot of kind of meat, like pork or thịt bò.
Pork or beef.
Yes, beef.
Or beef.
And a lot of kind of vegetables. And that's there is a varieties of options for people, and I think all of the people like barbecues.
Okay, but it's still rare for me to see any Vietnamese family having barbecues in public, you know. It's very rare. Basically, if they go on camping trip, they can have barbecues, but most of the time, I haven't seen many people doing barbecues in their garden or something like that. Or maybe if they live in apartment complex, you know, những cái khu phức hợp là căn hộ, apartment complex. Apartment complex, then maybe they can have barbecue in a place, you know, that they allow residents to have barbecue. Nó có cái nơi trong mấy cái chỗ mà khu phức hợp căn hộ nó cho người dân là được quyền có barbecue ở đó. You know. Okay, so Miss Kim In, please. So what do you think? Do Vietnamese people like to have barbecues?
Yes. Yes, I think Vietnamese people like to have barbecue, but they do not often do this because if they live in a city, they don't have a space to.
They don't have the space to.
The space, yeah, the space to have barbecue. And for rural citizens.
No, they are not citizens. Citizens, I think. Basically, I think citizen. The word citizens often mean that people live in a city. You know.
Yeah, right.
So let's just say rural people who live in rural areas. Let's say that. Những người sống ở vùng hẻo lánh.
Resident được không thầy?
Oh, you can say people. You say resident. Resident means like they live in a place. I think let's just say people who live in rural areas.
Yeah, and for people who live in a rural.
In the rural area, rural is an adjective, you know.
Okay, in the rural area, I don't think they have this habit. They usually eat.
What do they usually eat?
I mean, they will cook and có nghĩa là nấu sẵn xong rồi ăn chứ không có.
Yeah, they will pre-cook the food. Nấu sẵn, pre là trước mà, pre means before. Pre-cook the food, so you can use that as a verb. They usually pre-cook the food and.
Yeah, and eat together.
Say. Okay, they usually pre-cook the food and then eat it together, isn't it?
Yes.
I see. Okay, now let's move on to 24, shall we? 24, part 1. So, car trips. Car trips. Những chuyến đi bằng xe hơi. Talking about car trips. So, Miss Wan, do you like to travel by car?
In my opinion, I have a car sick, so
you have car sickness, right?
Yes, car sickness. So I don't like to move around by car, and that's a bad idea for me. But anyway, when I have a chance to travel,
When I have a chance to travel,
when I have chance to travel, I would be accepted to use car to travel around. So I don't really like it, but anyway, I will accept it.
Right, car sickness. Bị say xe. Basically, car sickness means everything that deals with traveling by car, and every sickness that comes with traveling by car. Tất cả những cái bệnh tật đi kèm với lại đi lại trên xe hơi, including like people can vomit. Muốn ói, people can vomit, or people feel like dizzy, feel dizzy, choáng váng, or they want to vomit, muốn ói. Basically, all these are car sickness, How about you, Miss Tuna? Do you like to travel by car?
Yes, I really like to travel by car, because I like privacy.
Privacy. I like privacy.
previously. If I travel by car, I could chủ động là gì ở đây?
I can be proactive. I can be proactive in whatever I do. Tôi có thể chủ động làm được bất kỳ thứ gì tôi muốn. I can be proactive in whatever I do.
Yes, I can be proactive in whatever I do and wherever I want to go. And I think
Wherever I want to go, wherever I want to go.
yes, and I think when travel by car,
When
I
traveling
can
by car,
yes, when traveling by car, I can save a lot of money.
yes.
Yes,
Who doesn't want to save a lot of money then?
yes, but I have spent a lot of money to buy a car.
Oops. How much you spend to buy a car? 500 million? 600 million?
Yes, I think 600.
600
At least,
million.
at least.
Oh, it's okay. For a good car, yeah. For a good car. And then you can run Grab car whenever you have time. I'm just joking. Anyway, okay, so Miss Tao, please. How often do you travel by car?
I think it depends on my how long of my trip. For example,
How long my trip is? How long my trip is, for example?
How long my trip is. For example, I prefer to travel by motorbike when I travel near my house, because sometimes I feel sick when I travel by car.
Well, I feel safer because sometimes I feel safer when I travel by car. Right?
Safer, because sometimes I feel safer when I travel by car, and then I prefer to travel by motorbike. And for the long trip, I prefer to travel by car because, you know, it's make me feel like comfortable, more comfortable.
More comfortable.
And sometimes it's very flexible for me when I want to go anywhere and I can see the scenery outside. And
Yes, I can see the scenery outside easily. And also traveling by car, you can carry a lot of things with you, like for example food, for example a tent. So you can even sleep inside the car as well.
Yeah, and one thing that is safer than by travel by motorbike.
But still, people go by motorbike anyway. Đi phượt.
I think it's so sometimes it's very dangerous when people
Of course it is dangerous. Of course it is dangerous, yeah.
Like the rainy day, yeah.
On rainy days, of course. On rainy days, a car is way better. So, Miss Kim In, please. So, do you like to sit in the front or the back when traveling by car? Thích ngồi trên hay ngồi dưới trong xe?
Because I'm car sickness, so I
have car sickness.
I have car sickness, so I want to sit back when
I want to
traveling.
sit at the back of the car. Right?
Yeah, sit at the back of the car when traveling, because I will feel better when I can see the road and see yeah, I can see the road in front of me, so I will feel better.
And I feel better. Exactly. So it's worse when you don't see anything in front of you.
Yeah.
When you travel and you don't see anything in front of you, it's very dangerous. So you should not drive cars when it's foggy. When it's foggy, you know?
Yeah.
Foggy.
Okay.
When it's foggy.
Sương
Sương
mù.
mù. Đầy sương mù.
Sương mù.
When it's foggy, when you see the fog, oops, you cannot see the road very well, then you should not drive, I think. Okay, so Miss One, please. So, what do you think? Which is the safest? The front or the back of the car when you travel?
In my opinion, I enjoy to sit in the front because it's safer to know what situation happens in front of me. And I think sitting in the front make people feel better, especially for car sickness people.
Car sick people, if you sit in the back, you feel like always like moving like this.
Yes,
And
feel
then
dizzy.
feel sick. Oh,
And
I would feel so sick.
And the smell in the front of car even better because of the ventilator.
The ventilator, you mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because of the ventilator, I see.
So,
of course, a lot of the time people don't keep the ventilators in the car very well, so it smells bad. It does smell bad. You know. Okay, so Miss Tuna, do you think sitting in the back of the car is a safer option?
I think sitting on the front of the
In the front, right? Sitting in the front.
is a safer option because
But when the car crashes into something else, then the people who sit in the front will die first, you know.
Yes, I used to read a news that the safest position is a bag is a bag, and in the right of the back of car.
To the right of the back of the car, right?
Yes.
Oh, I see.
Yes. So I think sitting in the back of car is a safer option.
Safer option.
Yeah.
Interesting. Well, you know, you don't have. I don't think we people have airbag at the back of the car, right? Airbag. Túi khí, không có túi khí đằng sau vô xe phải. Đằng trước thì nó tự nhiên có gì nó nổ cái bùng cái túi khí nó mở ra ngay lập tức. So basically, at the front, in the front of the car, if there is an accident, then the airbag will immediately inflate.
Yeah. Em nghĩ
Thổi
là
phồng lên.
nó nguy hiểm hơn ấy, thì nó phải chế tạo cái túi khí đấy.
Sorry?
Em nghĩ là ở phía trước nó nguy hiểm hơn ấy.
Nó phải có túi khí nhưng mà đằng sau mình không có sao? I don't remember. Is there airbag at the back of the car? I'm not so sure. Okay.
no, không có này.
Oh, there isn't, right?
Yes.
So if the car crashes into something, there won't be any airbag at the back. But then at the back, it's still safer because you will crash into the chair in front of you, right? Đâm cái đầu vào cái ghế đằng trước thôi. You will crash into the chair in front of you, but it's not that much dangerous compared to in the front, right? Okay, so so Miss Tao, please. So, where is the longest journey you have traveled by car?
So that's interesting question.
That's an interesting question. Yes, it is.
Yes, I might throw I throw back of my time when I have an accident.
When I had an accident. When I
Yeah,
had
an
an accident.
When I travel by plane from Hanoi capital to the Cần Thơ province.
You
And
mean to Cần Thơ city or province? Wait, Cần Thơ is a city. It belongs to what province? I forgot. Nó thuộc về huyện gì nhỉ? Nó thuộc về tỉnh gì?
I can't remember.
I'm not so sure, but it's to the west or southwest of Ho Chi Minh City, right?
Yes.
The southwest of Ho Chi Minh City, Cần Thơ, yeah. And what happened?
And I flight of Vietnamese Air, and that's under bad weather.
And it was under bad weather, yes.
Bad weather day, and the plane cannot crash on the land, and we fly around.
We flew around.
Yeah, we flew around on the sky about 1 hour, and
Oops.
then yes.
Oops.
And then to wait for the plane few
And wait for the plane to be able to land safely.
Tức là nạp nhiên liệu ấy.
To fuel, to refuel.
Yeah, to refuel and
To refuel. To refuel.
To refuel.
Để nạp lại nhiên liệu.
And it took a lot of my time. It's 1 hour on the sky, and we cannot go to the
We cannot go to the restroom.
Yeah, yes, we cannot go to the
No,
restroom.
you have to say no, we could not. No, we could not go to the restroom.
We could not go to the restroom, and I feel so bad.
And I felt so bad. And I felt so bad.
And I felt so bad, and I felt that the longest journey I have ever had before. And that's để lại ấn tượng là
and that has left an impression.
Impression on my.
And that has left an impression on me.
On me, yes.
That has left an impression on me, yes. Okay, very good. Okay, very good. Miss Kim In, can you answer this question? Where's the longest journey you have traveled by car? This is by car, okay? Not by airplane. Oops. Nói lộn rồi, nó là by car nhé. Chứ không phải là câu này là by airplane đâu. Ủa sao tự nhiên lộn hay vậy?
I don't know.
How could you describe it by airplane? This question is about by car, you know? Out of topic rồi.
Đọc thiếu by car.
Nhìn số by car sao bay lên by plane luôn vậy? Hay vậy? Out of topic không điểm nha, cẩn thận nha. Don't be out of topic, okay? It's 0 mark, okay? Nào,
Tôi nghĩ là cái chuyến đi dài nhất em nghĩ đến
by car. Okay, Miss Kim In, please. Where's the longest journey you have traveled by car?
Yes. I think the longest journey I have traveled by car is from my homeland to Vĩnh Phúc province.
Sorry, Vĩnh Phúc province, right?
Yes, from my home to Vĩnh Phúc province to work, because in my homeland they are not have
There aren't
airport.
There isn't any airport there.
Yeah, there isn't
any airport there. So.
Yeah, so I think the traveling by car is the most convenient option to me, because I can take the car at my house and sleep overnight, and then I came the what?
Then what?
đến đến cái điểm đến gần.
When I come to the destination.
Yeah. Then I came my destination. Yeah, so I can sleep overnight.
Then I could sleep overnight. Okay, I see. But sometimes it can be very, very tiring, you know, to travel like that by car. So most of the time I choose to just travel by airplane, just to be fast.
Because I'm not have a car
I don't
sickness.
have a...
I don't have car sickness when I travel by xe giường nằm là cái gì?
I think it's called long buses.
Yeah,
Is it called long bus?
long
Xe
bus.
bus dài, is it? I think long bus with beds, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, is it called service bus? Xe bus dịch vụ không ta?
So,
I think it's called service bus, I think, or a long bus. Or travel bus, I think, travel buses. I think it's called travel buses, or service buses. Okay. Right. Okay, very good answer. Now, so Miss Na, please. So, do you prefer to travel by car or by motorbike? Why or why not?
Actually, I prefer to travel by car because I am not car sickness.
I don't
So,
have car sickness.
yeah.
Or you can say I'm not affected by car sickness. Tôi không bị ảnh hưởng bởi cái vụ mà say xe. Mà tôi không có say xe đâu.
I cannot affected it.
I cannot be affected because affected is an adjective.
Yeah.
So I cannot be affected by car sickness.
Car sickness.
So, are you sure? Chắc không?
Yes, because my father is a driver. Travel by car is the best choice for me.
Traveling, cái việc đi lại bằng xe hơi. So traveling by car
Traveling by
is the
car
best for me.
Yes, I think traveling by car, I can go far than by motorbike and safer.
And it's safer, of course. It is safer. But then it consume more fuel. You have to pay more for petrol, you know. You have to pay more for petrol. Phải trả tiền xăng dầu nhiều hơn, chứ đương nhiên cái xe mà.
Yes, but traveling by car, I have pay more money to refill petrol.
To refuel, yes.
Yes.
Hopefully we'll have like electric cars and we would have more alternative options soon. Những cái tùy chọn thay thế, alternative options. Hopefully. Like for example, solar powered car. Những xe chạy bằng năng mặt trời ấy. Hopefully we'll have that option soon. Hopefully. Okay, so Miss One, please. How about you? Which one do you prefer to travel by car or by motorbike, and why?
Well, I enjoy traveling by car better because that would be safer to sit in the car and avoid surrounding factors such as wind or other motorbike. And also traveling by car help me to free to do whatever I want in the car.
Whatever I want in the car, yes.
And also I think it's better for my privacy and my
For my
skin.
privacy, yes.
And even better for my skin.
Better for your skin, of course. Because when you travel by car, you don't inhale that many dust particles. Dust particles, những tiểu thể bụi ấy. Những hạt bụi.
And some queens,
You don't inhale that many dust particles, or you're not affected that much by pollution. Bạn sẽ không bị ảnh hưởng mà nhiều như vậy bởi cái ô nhiễm. So basically, it's better for your skin, for your health, everything, right? Good option, yep. I think that's a good idea. Now let's move on to part 2, shall we? Oh, card trip already. Okay. Let's do 35, part 2, 35. There you go. Describe an interesting conversation. Conversation, not conservation, okay? Conversation. It's a noun, so you can have the verb is to converse with someone. Đàm thoại với ai đó. That's a verb form of conversation, you know, to converse with someone. Describe an interesting conversation you had with someone. Miêu tả một cái cuộc đàm thoại thú vị mà các bạn đã có với ai đó. Past tense, đương nhiên quá khứ nè. You should say who you spoke with. Who you spoke with. Bạn đã nói chuyện với ai. Where you were. Bạn đã ở đâu. What the conversation was about. Cái cuộc đàm thoại đó đã về cái gì. Explain why you think it was interesting. Giải thích tại sao bạn nghĩ cuộc đàm thoại đó là thú vị. Be careful. Interesting, interested, okay? Exciting, excited. Tính từ chủ động, bị động. Passive and active verb. Be careful. Now, you have part 3 of interesting conversation. What is the most interesting conversation you have ever had? Cái cuộc đàm thoại thú vị nhất mà bạn đã từng có là cuộc đàm thoại gì vậy? So, it might look very similar to part 2, but no. Part 2 only asks you about one interesting conversation, or an interesting conversation. But part 3, this question asks you about the most interesting conversation, okay? Be careful. Một cái nói về một cuộc đàm thoại thú vị thôi. Còn một cái nó hỏi về cuộc đàm thoại thú vị nhất mà bạn đã từng có. Cẩn thận nha, khác nhau nha. In your opinion, what makes another person interesting to talk to? Theo nhận định của các bạn, điều gì làm cho một cái người khác thú vị để mà các bạn nói chuyện với người đó? Think about the content of the conversation. Cái nội dung cuộc đàm thoại đó. Think about the way they listen to you and the way they respond to you. Cái cách mà họ nghe mình và cái cách mà họ hồi đáp trả lại, nó cũng là cái cuộc đàm thoại thú vị. Think about the fact that if they have a sense of humor or not. Có óc hài hước hay không? Think about the fact that they look at things with an open mind. They look at things with an open mind. Họ nhìn nhận mọi thứ, nhiều thứ với một cái đầu thoáng, suy nghĩ thoáng. Of course, open-minded people are much more interesting to talk to. Đương nhiên cái người suy nghĩ thoáng nó sẽ rất là thú vị để mà nói chuyện với người đó hơn với cái người mà suy nghĩ hẹp hòi, you know, close-minded. Compared to close-minded people, you know. Think about what else? Their character, their personality, of course. Đương nhiên nó tùy thuộc vào cái cá tính và cái tính cách của họ, nó có hợp với mình không đó. If their personality is compatible with you. Cái tính cách có hợp với mình không? Is it compatible with you or not? Tính cách mà không hợp á, mệt lắm. If they are not compatible with you, there's two chances there are two cases. First, you will not even want to talk to them anymore because it's so boring. Second, you might be in a conflict with that person, you know. You might get into a fight with that person. Nếu mà tính không hợp nhau, có hai trường hợp. Thứ nhất đó là sẽ nhàm chán đến mức mình chẳng muốn nói chuyện luôn. Thứ nhì đó là mình sẽ choảng nhau, cái tính nó giống như là nó đụng nói chuyện mở miệng ra là cãi lộn chẳng hạn. But it's not interesting. It's just a lot of drama, you know. Không có interesting đâu, chỉ là rất là nhiều cái drama thôi. Kịch tính. Alright. Is it difficult to start a conversation with someone you don't know? Why? Liệu bắt chuyện với một cái người mà mình không biết người đó là ai có dễ không? Có khó không? Tại sao? Think about for example, think about a shipper, a person who bring you the package that you purchase. Is it easy to talk to them? Think about a person that you just meet on the street. You don't know that person, who they are. Is it easy to talk to them? Think about the situation that you are in. Nghĩ về cái tình huống mà mình đang ở trong tình huống đó, liệu có dễ dàng bắt chuyện không? Like for example, if you meet someone in the toilet, is it easy to talk to them? Not really, right? It's very awkward. Gặp ai trong toilet, thực sự cái tình huống nó không có dễ dàng nói chuyện đâu. It's very awkward.
I see
Awkward. It's very awkward. Nó rất là kỳ cục luôn á. It's very awkward to make a conversation in the toilet, you know, sometimes. Or in a situation, for example, when you are eating and someone come up, hello, tự nhiên đang ăn, một người nào đó tới, xin chào. Is it easy to talk to them? Or think about telesales. Telesales, những người mà bán hàng từ xa. Anh chị có nhu cầu mua đất nền không? Is it easy to talk to them? So it depends on the situation that you meet them as well. Their interests, những gì mà ưa thích, những gì mà hứng thú. Nếu mà cái hứng thú nó không có hợp nhau á, thì không nói chuyện được đâu. If you don't share the same interest, it's very difficult to talk to each other, you know. Or if you don't share the same hobbies, it could be hard to talk to each other too. Không có cùng một cái hobbies á, sở thích nó cũng rất là khó nói chuyện.
Like,
Or what else?
chung người ghét đó thầy.
Sorry?
Chung cái người mà mình ghét á.
Nhưng mà người mình ghét chỉ là cái người mình biết. Còn cái câu hỏi này hỏi là người mình không biết cơ mà. This question concern the person you don't know. If you talk about someone you hate, of course, you know that person. So, okay, let's try 35. You have 2 minutes. 2 phút bắt đầu. Okay, let's try the ladies. Now, so, Miss Na, please. Can you describe an interesting conversation that you had with someone?
An interesting conversation I had with
That was
with my counterparty.
Sorry?
My counterparty, ý là đối tác này.
You mean your partner?
Yes, my partner.
Your work partner, you mean?
Yeah, my work partner. We have not met each other because she resident in Hanoi and me.
Because she is a resident, or she resides, or she lives in Hanoi.
Yes, and
I'm not living there.
Yes, but I live in Ho Chi Minh City. We chat with via Skype.
We chatted via Skype.
Yes,
Zoom, right? Skype. Tưởng Skype tuyệt chủng thôi chứ. I thought that Skype has gone out of business already.
Yes, it is social media we use to deal. The conversation, we share our view about trend of bond price and the
About?
hot bond price.
Is it a name?
Ý là cái giá của trái phiếu này.
The bond. Be careful. The bond is not a person. It's not, so you should not use apostrophe as. Cái chữ bond nó không phải là một cái gì đó sống nha, cho nên không nên dùng dấu phẩy sở hữu cách s nha. So the price of bonds, giá trái phiếu, giá của trái phiếu. Cẩn thận. The price of bonds
Price
and
of bond and our hobbies, like the film, film, music, or books. The reason I think it was interesting conversation because I saw we hợp nhau là sao đây?
sorry, we
Hợp nhau này.
I saw we are compatible with each other.
Yeah, I saw we compatible.
We are compatible. Compatible là một tính từ nha. So to be compatible with each other. So compatible here is an adjective. To be compatible, so we are compatible with each other.
Yes, and she helped me feel more confident, and because I think I am a bad person.
What do you mean, the bad or the best?
Không phải bad mà là ý là không giỏi đấy.
So you mean I feel like I'm not that excellent in my field.
Yes.
I'm not that good in my field. Tôi không có giỏi lắm trong cái ngành của tôi. I'm not that good in my field.
But he helped me get more information in my field. So I think she is a good friend. I often talk. I often have a conversation with her.
Conversation with her.
Yeah.
Okay, I think that's good enough. Right, nó hơi bị dài nha. I think it's a bit too long for part 2.
Yeah.
Okay, but overall I think it's good. Nhìn chung là vẫn ổn.
Yeah.
Okay, so Miss Thảo, please, can you describe an interesting conversation you had with someone?
Yes. So when you ask me this question, the first person coming to my mind is my big maternal grandmothers.
My big maternal grandmother.
Cụ.
Cụ, my great, thêm chữ great vô cho nó thành cụ luôn.
Great.
My great maternal grandmother, tức là cụ bên đường mẹ, tức là cụ ngoại phải không?
Yes, that's true. So
cụ bên ngoại. Okay, my great maternal grandmother.
Yes, when I was a little child, and I usually visit my great maternal grandmother's house because I love talking with her, and she's always tell me about her life and how she lived in the world and how people survive in the world. Because in my country, so in the past, we live in the war, and so it's so hard for people. It's so hard for the people to live in the war, and in the past, in my country, is the poor in a poor country, and it's so difficult for people to do work or to tức là chiến tranh to fight with the war.
You mean to fight the invaders? Để đấu tranh
Yeah.
chống lại kẻ thù.
Yeah.
To fight the invaders. Để đấu tranh chống lại những kẻ xâm lăng. To fight the invaders.
To fight the invaders.
To make ends meet, để mà kiếm sống. To make ends meet and to fight invaders, yeah.
And she's always she taught to me she used to sell vegetables for everyone, and like the vendors, like the street vendors, and she went a lot of places.
She went to a lot of places to sell her goods,
To-
right?
to
sell
sell
her
her-
vegetables.
To sell her goods, and so she has many interesting stories that,
To tell, a lot of interesting stories to tell.
and I felt really happy, and I felt really so I'm a curious person, so I like to.
Sorry, I felt really.
I am curious person, and
I felt really curious, I think.
and I always love her story to know how the people in the world live, how people live in the world. So that's I think that I always have a interesting conversation with her, and
Interesting. I always have an interesting conversation with her.
And I love to talking with the elderly and the people
With
who
the
always,
elderly and
because people who is always have big knowledge and experience.
they always have a lot of knowledge. We don't say big knowledge, okay? A lot of knowledge and experience.
A lot of experience to share with the young generation
The young generation.
to
Very
know
well.
about the history.
I think it's good enough. Mình nên dành cái thời gian nói nhiều hơn cho part 3 nha. Try to use more time to talk about those things in part 3. But part 2 you have only 2 minutes. Be careful. So stick to what you should say here. Cứ phải tuân theo mấy cái you should say nha. Đừng có đi quá nhiều quá xa. Mình có 2 phút thôi đó. Cho part 2 rồi đó các bạn. Cẩn thận. Okay,
Em vẫn nghĩ đâu ngắn.
Sorry.
Vẫn nghĩ
Nãy
là
giờ
ngắn.
nói là 3 phút mấy đó chẳng hạn. Hơn á. Miss One, please. Can you describe an interesting conversation you had with someone, please?
The recent talk I have had with my tutor was precious to me because it helped me a lot in deciding for my career path.
For my career path.
For my career path. Since I wanted to take a higher education, but I couldn't decide which major I would take because
I couldn't decide which major to take.
And it was crucial because it will affect a lot for my future. And I was struggling between something I really like to study and something practical to be easy to get a job. So when I talked to my tutor, she guided me a lot about
She guided me a lot. She guided me a lot about the situation of labor market now, and I decided to take a job in business analytics. That very crucial. Business analytics, that's crucial for market now, and also is what I really like. So the conversation was really useful for me. the conversation was really useful for me. Okay, very good. Đó, đúng 2 phút rồi đó, very good. That was 2 minutes. You see, nó ngắn lắm ạ. Thực sự 2 phút rất là ngắn luôn á. 2 minutes is actually very, very short. Okay. Now, let's, Miss Kim In, please. Can you describe an interesting conversation you had with someone?
Yes. Yeah. I have a friend who lives in Da Nang City, and she has a succulent garden, succulent
Succulent garden.
store. No, I mean store. Succulent store.
Wait, succulent plants stores, you mean?
Yes.
A store that sells succulent plants, you mean?
Ý là succulent phải có plant đằng sau thì nó mới ra là cây sen đá.
Yeah, succulent là những cái cây mà nó giống như là nó mọng nước vậy đó. Ví dụ sen đá chẳng hạn. Succulent plants. So basically she has a shop that sells succulent plants, I think.
Yeah. She has a succulent plants shop. And every time she post the photos of succulent plants on Facebook, I really want to have them, but I don't have experience to take care of them. So when they usually die after several days.
Several days they died.
Yes. Yeah.
Rest in pieces, plants.
Rest in peace.
No, they don't rest in peace. They rest in pieces.
Rest in pieces.
Trong nhiều mảnh, chết thành nhiều mảnh chứ không phải là gọi là an nghỉ nữa. They rest in pieces. So not rest in peace. Anyway,
Yeah.
one more plant that dies often is rosemary. You know, cái cây hương thảo, cây dễ chết nhất luôn.
Yeah.
Alright.
So at Tet holiday, I had a chance to visit her store.
Visit her store.
Visit her store.
Nãy hình như hơn 2 phút rồi phải. It's more than 2 minutes already, I think.
And I take advantage.
I took advantage of. I took
advantage of that.
Took advantage of something tức là mình tận dụng cái gì đó, hoặc là nhiều khi nó có nghĩa là lợi dụng. Nhà cẩn thận các bạn. To take advantage of the situation.
Yeah.
Thì nó có nghĩa là tận dụng tình thế. Nhưng mà to take advantage of someone là có nghĩa là lợi dụng ai nha. Cẩn thận.
Thế thì nó sẽ đưa vào từng hoàn cảnh hay là như thế nào thì?
I think it's better to take advantage of the situation, and so I nên dùng cái từ take advantage of the situation.
So I took advantage of the situation to ask her how to grow them.
Yes.
So I realized that I was I had wrong thought about how to take care of them. So lead to
so I needed to
die. Let them die.
So what? I needed to what?
I mean, I have cái gì wrong thought.
I had a wrong knowledge
That lead
how to
them
take
die.
care of plants, so that's why they died.
Yes, and I also explore something interesting. For example, some succulent plants have a few have a had perfume.
You mean has a good it's not perfume, they have a scent, nó có một cái hương. A
Scent.
scent.
They had a sense.
Scent. They have a scent. Hương thơm. Perfume is not a good word to use in this case. Perfume là nước hoa. Perfume là nước hoa, nó khác với lại cái chữ scent bây giờ. Chữ scent là phù hợp nhất trong trường hợp này. It's much better to use the word scent in this case. So there are some plant that has the scent, very pleasant scent. Những cái mùi rất là thoải mái dễ chịu. A very pleasant scent.
Yeah, so I think this and that conversation is so interesting and useful for me.
Okay, good. Nhưng mà nó đến tận gần 5 phút rồi đó. It's like nearly 5 minutes. It's like what? Nearly 5 minutes. Cố gắng bóp nó lại còn 2 phút thôi, giống cỡ Miss On á. Try to squeeze it down to 2 minutes and you'll be successful, okay? Các bạn phải coi lại video để luyện lại nha. Cố gắng bóp nó lại còn 2 phút thôi. Try to squeeze it down to like 2 minutes, you know. Alright. Now let's do part 3 of interesting conversation. So Miss Na, please. So what is the most interesting conversation you have ever had?
And the most interesting conversation I have had is compatible with each other.
Is
compatible.
Is how to be compatible with each other?
Yes.
Cách để mà hợp nhau á.
Ý là cái sự hợp nhau này.
Sự hợp nhau là compatibility. 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 Sự tương hợp. So basically it's about compatibility with the other people. Cái sự tương hợp với những người khác.
Yes. Because I think if we have
Just check your birthday.
compatibility, we have a lot of things to talk with each other. For example, when there are the same hobbies like music, we can share information like singer, song, and type music.
The type of music, yeah.
Yes. So I think this make the conversation longer, and people can have understand more each other.
Understand each other more.
Understand.
They can understand each other more.
Yes.
Thực sự chỉ cần kiểm tra ngày sinh thấy nó hợp nhau là chắc chắn cái gì cũng hợp. Just check the birthday. If you are compatible, then you're compatible.
But I think
Kiểm tra cung hoàng đạo nhé. Just check for the zodiac sign, you know.
Nhưng mà có phải ai cũng biết trang thì
Well, phần đông cái trường hợp thì nó đúng. Most of the time it will be correct. You know. Kiểm tra năm sinh hợp nhau, cung hoàng đạo hợp nhau, kiểu gì chẳng hợp. Check for the birth year and if the year are compatible, okay, good. Check for the zodiac sign. If the zodiac sign is compatible, good to go. You will be compatible with the person. Like generally, you'll be compatible. Nhìn chung sẽ hợp. Okay, so how about you, Miss Oan? What's the most interesting conversation you have ever had? Hello?
Yeah.
Miss Oan, please. What's the most interesting conversation you have ever had?
Well, I have had the most interesting
Interesting.
The most interesting conversation I have had is was with my mom, and because when I was a struggler in life and I couldn't decide what's best for me, she always encouraged me to
Encourage.
and
She always encourage. Wait.
she always
She always
encouraged me
encourages me to
to pursue what I really like by
pursue
the
what I
question
really like. Yeah.
by the question that uh, who but what which one do you really love? So I will realize my my desire
My
really
desire, my
easy.
desire, my desire.
My desire easier, and by that simple question, and I know that she always trusts in me.
You always trust in me. I see. Okay, good, good, good. So, Miss Kim Yen, please, in your opinion, what makes another person interesting to talk to then?
I think a person who are a good listener is who are a good listener is interesting to talk to because when when you talk with talk with a person who don't know
Who don't
what.
share the same interest with you?
Sorry.
Who don't share the same interest with you?
No, I mean who not listen what you say. Yeah, what you say, and so they will not respond and share share their opinion. So that conversation is so bored and
That conversation would be so boring.
would be so boring.
Bored is a feeling that people can have, or the status of them. Boring is the nature of something. Bản chất sự vật sự việc là boring. Nó phải là cảm giác, trạng thái bored ở người khác.
Yes. Yeah, I think so.
Okay, that's a good idea. Alright, so wait.
Thầy ơi,
Where's Miss Thảo? She's
bạn
been
Thảo
kicked
bị
out.
văng ra ngoài, thầy ép
Oh,
bạn
she
vào.
got kicked out. Let me see. Oh, okay.
Thảo đã bị đá.
Tiếng bị đá ra vậy. Okay, Miss Na, please. So, in your opinion, what makes another person interesting to talk to? Is that because of their intelligence? Có thể
No,
do
I don't
cái
think so.
trí thông minh chăng?
No, I don't think so. I think duyên là cái gì đây?
Cái duyên hidden charm, cái duyên ngầm, right? The hidden charm, hidden,
đúng rồi.
hidden. So the hidden charm, cái duyên ngầm của người đó. So basically, hidden charm is something inside a person that causes people to like them. So maybe the way they move, cái cách mà họ di chuyển, maybe the way they look at you, the way their voice, their appearance, có thể là cách họ di chuyển, hoặc là cái nội dung họ nói, ngắn gọn thôi mà nó gọi là xúc tích, cái giọng nói của họ, cái ngoại hình nói chung của họ, nó tạo ra cái duyên ngầm. Nhưng mà cái cử chỉ nữa, bất kỳ cái cử chỉ gì của họ nó cũng tạo cái duyên ngầm nữa. Their gestures can produce the hidden charm as well.
Yeah. I think the person have a hidden charm make the interesting conversation because I think they would be how they would be good listener, and they can give me a good
Recommendation.
Yes, I think so.
Good recommendation, I think so. All right. What do you think, Miss One? What do you think? What makes another person interesting to talk to? Nhiều
Well,
khi
in
có
my
tất cả mọi thứ
opinion,
nhưng không có cái duyên.
Nhiều người thông minh mà không có duyên này.
Ừ, đúng rồi, nhiều người thông minh lắm nhưng mà cái cục duyên rớt đâu mất rồi. Cái cục duyên không có, rớt đâu mất rồi.
Cái đấy là sức em.
What do you mean?
Tự nhiên kêu người ta già.
Ừ, tự nhiên
Hỏi.
xong cái gặp mà hỏi mấy câu vô duyên. Hỏi anh hỏi mấy câu không muốn trả lời, you know. A lot of people they don't have the charm when they talk to you. They just make people want to be like, go away. I don't want to talk to you. You don't have the charm. You are just so tactless. Không có khéo léo. Tactful là khéo léo. So basically tactless. Rất không khéo léo trong giao tiếp. Alright, some people they just like, they have everything. They have money. They could have good appearance, but when they talk, you're like, khi mở miệng ra nói thử xem sẽ thấy cái cục duyên nó rớt đâu mất rồi. Miss On, please. So, what makes another person interesting to talk to?
well, definitely, if someone they are open-minded, that would be easy to start a conversation with, and also someone friendly, willing to talk to other people, and smartness would be a plus to
Smartness would be a
for
plus, of course.
conversation.
It is a plus, of course.
And if they willing to talk to by finding a common between
Between a common ground.
others.
To find a common ground between two people. Tìm ra được một cái gì đó chung, một cái gọi là vùng đất chung á, cái mảng gì đó chung á, cái gì chung nó giữa hai người. To find a common ground between two people means like you find something that you have in common with each other.
Last but not the least, if someone they have experience in many field, in many measure, I think that will be best to talk with.
Best would be best to talk with. To talk to. But sometimes, it's difficult to tell whether someone could be interesting to talk to. It depends on personality, If you are not compatible with them, doesn't matter how much you try, you will not find a person interesting. Nó tùy vào cái tính cách giữa hai người, nó nhiều khi không hợp tính. Dù có cố mấy đi nữa cũng không thể nào mà interesting nổi. Giống như chị Phu nói gì? Thì khi trái tim không cười thì sao?
Chị thấy chị biết câu này. Chị biết câu này.
Ok. Thì trái tim không cười thì vẫn gì? Cô đơn thế thôi. Okay. Alright. Next question, please. Miss Kim Yun, please. Is it difficult to start a conversation with someone you don't know? Why?
For me, most of time it's
Most
difficult.
of the time.
Most of the time.
Most of
it's
the time. Most
most
of the time.
Yes. It's difficult to start a conversation with someone I don't know because I'm introvert.
Wait. I'm interested in.
No. I mean I'm introvert person.
Sorry, I don't understand.
I'm
an introvert person.
Yes.
I'm an introvert. You can just say I'm an introvert because introvert can be a noun as well.
Yeah.
Người hướng nội. So of course extrovert is người hướng ngoại. Okay, but you can use introvert and extrovert as a noun, you know. Có thể dùng danh từ được không ạ? Because I am an introvert. So
yeah. So when I meet a stranger, I feel hard I feel that I don't have anything to say with them. But sometimes
you mean don't have anything to really speak to them or to say with them. You feel like no matter how hard you try, it just doesn't click, right? Dù có cố bao nhiêu nữa không có click, nó không có giống như nó không có bắt trúng đài, you know.
Yeah.
You feel like you feel like it doesn't matter how hard you try, it just doesn't click. Cái động từ từ click á.
Yeah.
It just doesn't click. The chemistry between you two would not match. Cái chemistry là cái hóa học, nhưng mà thực sự cái chemistry còn một cái ý khác, đó chính là cái tính cách. The chemistry and also mean their personality between you two would not match at all. So everything you do, it would seems awkward. Thì dù cho là mình không hợp nhau thì mình có dù làm cái gì nữa nó cũng cảm thấy rất là kỳ cục như nào.
Yeah, but sometimes I met a few people. We just need to say
a few words.
I mean some vài câu đầu thôi ạ.
Just a few sentences.
Just a few
starting sentences, and you immediately feel.
Yeah. We have a comment, and then we talk
for hours, mà nói hàng giờ luôn á. Just a few sentences and we talk for hours.
Yeah.
Có nhiều người vậy thiệt, công nhận. Yes. And we talk for hours.
Yes.
Tự nhiên cái hên xui đụng cái nói vài câu. Talk for hours.
Tình sống này.
Bắt trúng đài là talk for hours thôi. Basically, if we are on the same frequency with them, then we would talk for hours. Nếu mà trúng cùng cái tần số với họ thì chúng ta nói hàng giờ luôn cũng được. The same frequency, tần số. Then we'll talk for hours. Yes, it's true. Now, so, Ms. Oan, what do you think? Is it difficult to start a conversation with someone you don't know, and why?
It really depends on person and situation more than the common answer. And I think, well, if with someone people have the common background or have similar experience, it would be easy to
have a similar experience. You mean?
It would be easy to start a conversation, and if the partner is someone friendly, open-minded, that would be not really hard. And um, and in converse side, if people talk to someone narrow-minded or not friendly,
if people talk to someone who are
or
narrow-minded, then
so that would be very hard to start a conversation with them.
very hard to start a conversation with them. Yep. Nói chuyện người bảo thủ mệt mỏi, you know. If we talk to like close-minded people, it's very it feels terrible. It just makes you feel terrible. It makes you feel like you are drained out. It makes me feel drained out. Nó làm tôi cảm thấy như cạn kiệt sinh lực ra luôn á. It makes me feel drained out if we talk to people like that, you know. So, Miss Na, what do you think? Is it difficult to start a conversation with someone you don't know, and why? Ủa, hỏi Na rồi không ta?
Yeah.
Oh, so Miss Kim Yen, did I ask you this question before?
Chưa thầy.
Okay, let's try. Miss Kim Yen, please.
Na chưa hỏi câu này.
Oh, okay, Na, please.
I think I easy to start a conversation with someone I don't know, because I think I am a hidden charm person. So when I want to make a conversation with a stranger person, I often say hi, and I just smile. I can start a conversation with them. But I see that I am just I just can make a conversation, a short conversation. Yes, a short conversation.
A short conversation.
Because I seldom meet
I seldom meet someone who I seldom meet someone stranger.
No, I seldom meet someone I feel really compatible.
À, nói chung là toàn là những người vô duyên không hợp. It's often like I meet someone who I'm not compatible with, or they don't have the charm. Toàn là những người rớt cục duyên ra ngoài rồi.
I don't know why, but I see I often meet a person have là
I often meet people
tôi
who
cao
have
có cái tôi cái tôi cao.
I often meet people who have a big ego. Có cái ego cao, have a big ego. So these people are quite selfish often. Ích kỷ. Often they are very egotistical. Có cái tôi quá cao, quá lớn. And basically it leads to a lot of problems. Like for example, they can be self-absorbed. Họ có thể giống như là chỉ thích nói chuyện về bản thân họ, không quan tâm ai khác. They don't care about the others. They just like to talk about themselves. Self-absorbed. They could be self-centered. They could be self-centered. Nghĩ mình là cái rốn của vũ trụ. You remember this word? We learned this one before in vocab advanced, you know. Yes, Miss Ian? So, you were talking about like you often meet people who have a very big ego. So what could be the problem with them then? Okay, you were saying that you often meet people who have a big ego. So what could be the problem with those people then?
Yeah, so I see they difficult to start a conversation with them. Chẳng tao thấy là em chỉ thấy là người ta kiểu có cái tôi lớn xong rồi người ta nói chuyện kiểu
Trịch thượng đúng không?
dạ
Like if they have a big ego, they talk in a way that they think they are superior to the others. They often talk in the way that they think they are superior to the others. Họ thường nói trong cái cách mà họ nghĩ rằng họ đứng bề trên người khác. They often talk in a way that they think they are superior to the others.
And make the
other feels inferior, và làm người khác cảm thấy giống như là bề dưới. Make the others feel bad about themselves, right?
Yeah.
Cảm thấy những người khác làm cho họ cảm thấy rất là tệ về bản thân họ. Is that? Okay, let's move on to another one. We are always in this one now, so let's move on to this one. Let's do this one. Describe a person's home that you visited, that you liked, but you would not want to live in. Miêu tả một cái nhà của một người nào đó mà các bạn đã viếng thăm và các bạn thích nó, nhưng mà các bạn lại không muốn sống trong đó. This is quite a tricky topic, isn't it? Chủ đề này khá tricky đấy. You should say where this nhà nó nằm ở đâu nhỉ? What is it like? Nhà nó nhìn như thế nào? Why you visited it? Why you visited it? Tại sao các bạn lại viếng thăm cái chỗ đó? Explain why you would not like to live there. Giải thích tại sao bạn lại không muốn sống ở nơi đó. You have part 3 of visiting others. Moment, I think. Đi viếng thăm người khác. So, do Vietnamese people like to visit others' homes? Liệu người Việt có thích thăm viếng những cái tổ ấm, những nhà của những người khác không? What do Vietnamese people often do when they visit others? Người Việt thường làm gì khi họ viếng thăm những người khác? So it means like what activity do they often do? Có những hoạt động nào họ thường làm? Đi viếng thăm người khác xong rồi hát karaoke, phá xóm phá làng. They often go for singing karaoke just to make a lot of noise. Or they dance, you know? They dance if they are old, they dance. Of course. Or they just visit for a meal, having meals, and then they talk about lots of things. They chat and they gossip about the other people's lives. Và họ tán nhảm về đời sống, đời tư của những người khác. They gossip about the other people's lives. I'm just joking, of course. Okay, now, is it a common thing? Is it common to bring gift when you visit others or when visiting others? Why not? Liệu có phải là một điều thông thường không để mà đem quà đến khi mà các bạn viếng thăm người khác? Tại sao không? Think about it. Alright, but the part 2 here is quite tricky because they ask you for a person's home you visited, then you like it, yeah, but you don't want to live there. Tại sao? Mình phải giải thích rõ là tại sao mình không muốn sống nơi đó. Mặc dù mình thích cái nơi đó, you have to explain clearly why you would not want to live in there, even though you like that place. Okay, that is a tricky part. Đó là cái phần khó đấy. You have 2 minutes to think now. 2 phút bắt đầu. Okay, time to talk about it. Please, Miss Na, can you describe a person's home that you visited, that you liked, but you would not want to live in.
Yes, this is a luxury home like villa.
What?
Villa biệt thự thầy.
Like a villa, like a villa.
Like villa. And there are garden, a big garden, and a big home.
Big
House.
garden, big garden, and big home.
Garden and big house. Because at that time I didn't have accommodation because I have just come to Ho Chi Minh City to go to university. So I must live temporary until I rent a new rooms.
Until I rent a new room, yes.
Yes. The reason I not like live there because this.
The reason why I don't like to live there is because.
Yeah, is because that's home too big. So
That home is too big for me.
Big for me, so make me feel scared when I stay alone.
When you stay alone, you feel like someone is watching you.
Yes.
And I feel like I often feel like someone is watching me.
The second reason, there are a lot of facility, so I really hate because I have to clean them.
I really hate it because.
Yeah, I really hate because I have to clean them.
Because I have to clean up after them. Sao phải dọn dẹp sau khi họ rời đi. I have to clean up. I have to clean up after them.
Yes, every week. But I just want to spend time to relax and take care of my health. Yeah, so this is a reason I don't want to live it.
Oh, I see.
Không ngắn quá.
Of course, every place has their pros and cons. Nơi nào cũng có cái điểm tốt, điểm xấu nữa.
Yeah.
There are pros and cons for every place, you know. Alright, so Miss One, please. Can you describe a person's home that you visited, that you liked, but you would not want to live in? Please, Miss One.
Well, I always enjoy every moment I was back to my mother's house because it reminds me of my childhood.
My childhood, and also since it was in a village, so I can eat fresh food, breathe the fresh air, and being around by the shade of trees, and enjoy talking with my relative also. Enjoy talking to my relative. My
relative. But I don't have a desire to live there because the life there is too boring. Was too boring,
Super boring.
To me,
and people often don't have anything interesting to talk about besides from marriage, kids, children, and jobs, and being nosy of the other people's private lives. Và chia mỗi câu chuyện của riêng tư người khác.
And people sometimes sniff their long nose.
Sorry?
Snip the long nose. Snip nosing slang. That's a slang. Cái giống như kiểu là cái đặt cái mũi dài vào trong câu chuyện của người khác đó thầy.
Sometimes people like to put their nose into the other people's business, right?
Yes.
To put their noses into or onto the other people's business. đặt mũi vô chuyện người khác. To put their noses onto the other people's businesses. Or you can say to be nosy. To be nosy is an adjective. Nose, you know, to be nosy.
And sometimes people there was too nosy. So and the life there was not convenient. So guess I couldn't order things online to ship to my house. So I still prefer to live in the city more than there.
Okay. Good. More than here. Okay. Right. Okay, Miss Kim In, please. Can you describe a person's home that you liked and you visited that you liked, but you would not want to live in there?
Last year, I have a chance to visit.
I had a chance
to visit my uncle's house in the city. It's about 20 kilometers.
20
kilometers from my house.
Kilometer nha, đầu nha. It's about 20
kilometers from my house. It's a modern and functional house. I really like it. Because I really like it, but because it's placed near the river, so the weather in summer is very
in the summer. The weather in the summer
very cool, and
it's very cold.
Yes, but because the area in the city is not big, so I feel
it's not so big. So what could be the problem?
Yeah, so I feel quite cramped, and it's nearby the market, so in the early morning
it's so noisy.
Yeah, it's so noisy.
Full of people swearing.
Yes.
That.
Yeah.
Đầy những người là chửi bậy, nói bậy và nói ồn ào. Oh my god.
Yeah, and it's also there are not garden.
There aren't any
garden and plants, so I don't want to live there at all.
But you said you liked it before, right?
Yes. Because it's modern and functional.
Ah, I see.
Yes.
So nó giống như là cái lâu đài ở giữa xóm nhà lá đó. It's like a castle in the middle of the poor area, isn't it?
Actually, it's placed in the city.
Okay, but then you can have a whole castle in front of like a lot of poor people anyway. Vẫn có thể nhá. Still a chance to have that, you know.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, let's go to part 3 now. So, Miss Na, please, do Vietnamese people like to visit others' homes?
It depends on. I think the people live in a big city, and they don't want to visit other homes because they don't have much
They mind their own business.
because
they
they
mind
don't have
their
much
own
free
business.
time, so they want to use free time to stay with their family and refresh themselves.
Refresh themselves, you mean?
Yes, refresh themselves. For the people live in a hometown, I think they like visiting to other homes.
No, there's no preposition. So they like to visit other people's home. Không có visit to nha.
Yeah.
There's no visit to, okay? They like to visit other people's homes.
Yeah, other people homes.
Other people's
to
homes.
people's homes.
Sở hữu cấp.
Yeah.
It's apostrophe s, other people's homes.
Yeah, because I think they have free time, so they feel bored, and they go to other people homes to gossip.
To gossip, of course, to gossip, that's the only thing that people do.
Yeah, to kill the free time.
To kill time, giết thời gian thôi mà, to kill time, yeah. Or to sing karaoke.
Yes.
To sing karaoke, like what happened next door to mine. Giống như cái đang diễn ra cạnh nhà mình. Okay, so Miss Kim Yến, please. So what do Vietnamese people do when they visit others?
I think Vietnamese people usually have a meal or they gossip about
They gossip about
another
people's,
another life.
other people's life.
Another people.
They gossip about the other people's lives.
Life.
Of course, that is the only interesting thing to talk about. They don't talk about dreams, they don't talk about hobbies, they don't talk about how to improve themselves. No, they talk about other people's lives.
Yeah. I don't know, but I don't know, but they are so curious about another people's life.
They are so curious about the other people's life.
Yeah.
That is because of Vietnamese culture, the Vietnamese culture. We are still an agricultural society. Chúng ta vẫn còn là xã hội nông nghiệp nha. Gốc là nông nghiệp. Basically, Vietnam is an agricultural society, and because of that, people like to gossip about other people's life a lot, and they like dramas. Rất thích drama luôn, và rất thích tám nhảm về chuyện đời tư người khác luôn. It will take at least, I think, 20 to 30 years for this to be different, you know, for things to be different. Phải ít nhất 20-30 năm nữa cái thế hệ sau này nó mới khác biệt hơn hẳn. Okay, so Miss Oanh, please. Is it common to bring gifts when visiting others? Không có quà thì sao? Why not? If without gift, what would be the problems?
Không có quà thì về đi.
Không có quà thì về đi.
Chứ em thấy
Well, it really depends on which country we live in, and in my opinion, I think it's a traditional to bring something.
It's a tradition. It's a tradition to.
It's a tradition to bring something when we visit others, because that is the way we show the respect to
Respect. To show the respect
to the own.
To the other people.
To the other people, and it could and in Asian culture, it could be easier to start a conversation when they have something to ask. When the visitor have something to ask. When the visitor have something to ask. And Especially when the family has children, that should be a must to bring something, even a little candy for
A
children
little
of
candy for children, you mean?
for even a little candy for the children of family.
Okay. I see. But is it a must? What do you think? Is it a must, Miss Na? Có phải là một cái điều bắt buộc không? Is it a must? Danh từ must. Is it a must? It's a noun. Is it a must? Có phải là một điều bắt buộc không? To bring gifts when you visit others, Miss Na, what do you think?
I think I think it should have.
It's a should have, not a must.
Yeah.
Một cái điều nên làm, phải điều bắt buộc phải làm nha.
Yeah.
It's a should have. Yeah.
Because I think when for personally, when I come to other homes, I will bring something like some food or a fruit to when I with chủ nhà là sao thầy?
When I'm with the owner.
When I talk.
When I'm with the owner.
Yeah, when I talk with the owner, have something to eat. I think so fun.
Of course, it's so fun. Have something to eat.
Yeah.
All right, I think that's good enough for today. That's good enough for today. Good practice. Very good practice. Rồi mọi người, bài thứ hai mình phải sửa bài writing test 2 của test 4 nha mọi người.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, we should do that on Monday. Oh my god. Ráng cố gắng viết nha mọi người. Try your best to write, okay?
Yes.
You'll be okay. You will be okay. Don't worry. Okay, I'll see you then on Monday. Bye class. Good night.
Bye.
Okay, that's the end of my videos. Please like, share this video with your friends, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and press on the bell button next to the subscribe button so you can get notified about my new uploads, okay? You can also press follow my Facebook, but please don't add me on Facebook as friends, okay? Cảm ơn các bạn đã theo dõi nha. Các bạn hãy nhấn vào like, chia sẻ video này bạn bè các bạn. Nhấn vào nút đăng ký kênh YouTube mình và nút cái chuông kế bên cạnh để đăng ký kênh đó, để mà các bạn sẽ được thông báo về những video mới nha. Các bạn cũng có thể nhấn vào nút theo dõi Facebook mình, nhưng nhớ đừng kết bạn Facebook mình nha. Thank you and see you. Bye.